Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches.
Merry bitches?
Okay, I like that. Christmas bitches. Well, it's the bitch that we should be replacing.
No!
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
So usually we do these in big blocks,
Yeah.
but people have requested that we do them individually so they are easy to search for. So we're going to try it this year and do 12 days of terrible Christmas movies.
Or not so terrible. No.
Decent Christmas movies.
I mean, I'm really more into the...
Watchable Christmas movies.
I will say,
Yeah.
since this is our first day,
Uh-huh.
overall themes.
Oh, are we already there? Because I have ideas.
Oh, okay, great.
I took notes
Great.
about things I've noticed
Yes.
from this year that they are doing differently.
Yeah, we're going to have to update the Christmas movie
We are
drinking
going to
game,
have to
for
update
sure.
the Christmas movie drinking game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if you want to get the latest version of our Christmas movie drinking game, make sure to check out our Instagram, our Twitter, our TikTok.
Our X.
Uh,
Make sure to check out X. So a couple of things I've noticed.
okay.
People are actually kissing before the last reel.
I was gagged.
I was
Gooped.
gooped, gagged, gooped, and bewildered.
Absolutely.
You gotta think of a third G. Gagged, gooped, and giggling. I don't know.
No.
It's not great.
No. But I do like gagged, gooped, and bewildered.
I like gagged. It's hard to say.
hard to say.
Gagged. Maybe gooped, gagged, and bewildered.
There you go.
That's easier somehow.
Somehow.
Anyway, people weren't getting interrupted.
Right? I was like, who's going to come out and be like, what the fuck? No, it didn't happen.
Stephen, what did you do with the rest of the roasted chestnuts?
Hey, what happened to those roasted chestnuts? Oh, sorry. Roasted chestnuts. Anyway,
So drink if they kiss before the end.
before the final
I love
scene.
that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Drink if they kiss before the final scene.
That's like a shot. That's like...
I was... when I tell you I was... And then I watched one we're not going to talk about because it was fine.
Uh-huh.
Well, both. Two kisses, because one of them was a fantasy.
Oh.
Two best friends kissing the same guy
Oh.
in the same movie.
Wow.
One of them was a fantasy.
Okay.
So anyway, that was
Crazy.
one I noticed.
Great. I've noticed
Yeah.
hot chocolate definitely stays on the list because
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
There
There was one
I
movie,
would say-
they brought up hot chocolate 5 times.
Oh, I think it was, hey, what happened to those chestnuts?
You're right, it was.
Can't sleep?
I'm making you hot chocolate while you work.
Wonderful.
Sure were.
Oh, would you guys like some hot chocolate? One of the perks of volunteering.
Well, cheers to that.
I think, rude, get mad at me, but like, drink every time you're like, I'm concerned for their diabetes.
Yeah.
That they might be getting. It was aggressive.
Aggressive, although you know what? Now that we bring that up,
Yeah.
that one was from 2018.
No, I know.
So maybe things have changed.
Maybe.
Maybe it's not on the list anymore. We were right now.
Yeah.
So I've noticed
Yeah.
overall that some of them are like, they got the memo. You know, they were like, oh, we got to shake things up because
Yeah.
this is too much of the same.
Yeah.
We'll have some of those, but some of them we need to get crafty. And we'll talk about one of them. I think they did a really good job, Hallmark, this
Well, I
year.
would say less focus on finding your love and more focus on female friendship.
Sure.
That's been a big one.
Love that. I feel like they realized, oh, they can't all be, gosh, sweetie, you really work way too hard. You need to come back to
Snow
your...
Summit, Christmas Village. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're actually in a city.
They're actually in a city. And it's not shame on you for having a career, ma'am. You know.
Another thing I've noticed.
Okay, great.
They are paying for real songs.
Yes. Well,
I mean, we'll get there, but in another one I watched, they licensed a Norah Jones Christmas song. And I was like,
wow.
the Lighthouse one.
Oh, I didn't notice the
Doesn't
Norah
matter,
Jones.
but I was like, this sounds like a real song. And then I Shazammed it and I was like, this is a Norah Jones Christmas song.
Wow.
Is it Christmas coming?
Love it.
So like,
Good for them. Budget. It does make a difference.
It absolutely makes a difference.
Yeah.
I don't remember the one I'm thinking of, but at one point there was it couldn't have been Frank Sinatra, but they had Christmas Waltz,
Oh, okay.
that song.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh my God, it's a real Christmas song. What's happening?
I wonder when Judy Garland's goes into public domain.
We still got time.
It'll be a free-for-all.
Oh yes, but we still have
Yeah, I
time.
think there's time. Anyway.
If Disney has anything to say
Oh
about
my
it.
God. Well, they're Mickey Mouse is fucked now.
Did they finally lose?
They lost Mickey Mouse. Or are they losing him
They
this
lost
year?
Steamboat Willie. Well, they've been
Right.
holding
Yes,
the tide
that's
for a while.
true. Steamboat Willie. And they keep pushing, anyway.
Anyway.
Today, we are talking about It's a Wonderful Knife. From 2023, from this year, it is now streaming as of December 1st. It is now streaming on Shudder and AMC+. I would say...
You can watch it.
Well, we'll get into it. Anyway, first things first. Shout out to our Patreon supporters. $5 a month gets you ad-free early access. $10 gets you access to our viewing parties. There's at least one that I was laughing so hard that I was crying.
And then
So-
I was laughing so hard that I was crying.
I love that. So you gotta subscribe in order to watch it. Anyway, thank you all so much for your support. Second thing second, make sure to subscribe, share, Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Letterboxd, all of those things. And also, our share is available at moviebitches.threadless.com. I don't know if by the time you're watching this, you'll be able to get it in time for Christmas, but you could always print out a picture and say it's on its way.
Bury that.
Or plan ahead, buy for next year.
Hey. Anyway, yes. It's a Wonderful Knife.
Yes.
From 2023. It's what it sounds like. It's a horror, slasher,
Christmas.
meta, parody, Christmas tale.
That is surprisingly
aping on
queer.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
That too. Yeah, riffing off of It's a Wonderful Night.
I think
Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes.
I think that's appropriate that you said surprisingly queer because I was surprised.
I
was like, oh.
Yeah.
Not that it was like within the movie. I was like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
it was
I mean,
a surprise.
one of my notes
It was a surprise to her.
I laughed so hard
Oh, okay.
at this hard cut from mischievous, villainous gaze of Justin Long.
Oh boy, we will.
We will talk about his choices. He was doing a lot. Wasn't necessarily mad
I would
about
say
it.
strong and wrong.
Strong and wrong, but in a fun,
Strong and
entertaining-ish
wrong.
way. Ish. Slightly annoying, it got grating. Anyway, it hard cuts from him, "Rrr, I'm gonna kill you, grandfather, to a rainbow ornament, a gay ornament for my gay son.
You be safe now.
For my gay son.
Oh, a rainbow.
Ornament.
I died. I had to rewind it. I was laughing so hard.
So it's a Wonderful Knife.
Yes.
It's Scream. If Scream and It's a Wonderful Life
Got together.
were, combined into a movie, I didn't like this movie. I didn't care for it. It was frustrating to me.
Okay.
The motivations, the reality was, I guess the whole thing is a fantasy.
Correct.
But it was so,
Well, not the whole thing. I don't
okay,
think-
so basically, it starts and there's a cold open, first kill, it's Scream. You have no context for all the horror references, but there's always like a first kill,
Well, sure.
Big dialogue heavy, whatever.
Yeah.
Siblings going to a Christmas party, suddenly masked.
Well, we have
White
to go back
angel.
further. We have to no. So okay, it starts off a shitty commercial for Justin Long is like, "Welcome to
Right.
my town of Waterford."
Do you want the best from the best? Look no further than Waters Cove, the future shopping, dining, and entertainment destination.
And
I
I'm
was
John Waterford.
I was already like, I don't care.
I was
for
like,
this.
"What is this?" And he's doing this weird sort of Mickey Mouse,
Well,
no
and
longer
he's-
trademarked
well,
voice.
so
I don't know.
He's,
My Angel Falls. Hey, you!
I don't know, Andrew. Are we gonna get?
It really was.
Suit?
It was.
Well, he's doing a Mickey Mouse voice.
I'm the best. So the rest. Tell him Henry sent you.
He's wearing Matt Dillon's flipper from Something About Mary, and he's in George Hamilton drag.
Yeah.
It was
It's a lot.
A lot of things. And I will say this about Justin Long. He seems to be leaning in to playing villains and weirdos.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
Because you didn't watch The Barbarian, and you shouldn't.
Okay, great.
But he was playing like an asshole weirdo.
Gotcha.
Doing kind of more indie weird movies. He
Yeah.
did that Kevin Smith movie Tusk,
Oh.
which you also shouldn't watch.
Great.
So I'm like, hey, that's okay. I'm all right with these choices.
Yeah.
Justin Long, he's making interesting choices.
Interesting. And at least there was that. Like, I actually didn't dislike this movie,
Okay.
personally. Was it groundbreaking? Was I floored? No. But, like, if you like horror, or if you're more, like, if you're a Shudder subscriber, and you're like, I kind of want to watch a Christmas movie, but the Hallmark ones are way too saccharine for me, I feel like this could scratch that itch. Is this any worse than any of some of the shitty Hallmark ones that we've watched? For me, no. Is it a great movie that I'd be like, you have to watch that? No. Is it better? Would I rather watch this again than they/them? Absolutely.
Oh, holy shit. I didn't know we were bringing that to the table.
Well, just because of the queerness.
I get it. Wow, yeah. We'll get into the logistics.
Yes.
I got into the weeds on...
I knew you would. And I wondered the same thing, but I think you just have to wish away. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Justin Long
Just make a wish upon a Christmas star.
he's going to welcome everyone to the town.
I forgot about this.
It was a lot. And it's the Christmas tree lighting ceremony.
Yes.
So what brings you by?
I was wondering if you two were coming to the Green Pine Grove Town Square Christmas Eve Festival of Lights Christmas Tree Decorating Contest Finalist Gala tonight.
And they put this thing up. It was like, look at this thing. And maybe it was just the quality of the screener that they gave us or whatever it was.
It wasn't great. Looking.
I looked at the top of the tree and I was like, is that a raw turkey?
Makes me feel as good as
Like, I was like, what is hanging at the top of this tree?
Did you figure it out?
Well, they said it was an angel.
Well,
It never looked like one to me.
well, because it looked like the angel that then was murdering people. Yes?
That is the intention, yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
So, Christmas party, cold open killing.
Right. Well, they're like, oh God, Dad, don't go work for him. It's
Because-
Christmas. You work too much, and you work for Justin Long, and he wants you to go get this property.
The dad is played by Joel McHale.
Is that Joel McHale?
Yes!
It's Joel McHale.
Who did nothing. It added nothing.
Nothing. He was not in it much.
He would have been better at the Justin Long character because he's so good at being like
an
asshole,
asshole.
but like you kind of
He
are
would
drawn
have
to
been
him.
better in the
much better.
Yeah, and then Justin Long could have been the dad, and then he gets real crazy when it's in the fantasy world.
He develops veneers and a tan.
Love it.
And you will see that I'm the person this town needs to move us on into the future.
That would have been
much better.
Yeah, switch them.
I fixed your movie. Anyway, they go to this party and
Well, no, before the party, Justin Long. It's not a cold open. They took a while to get there. They set up
took a
this whole
really
thing.
long time.
He wants to build an entire development in this town.
he wants to build the Grove
Right.
in this small town.
In this seaport town. And the only way to do that is to get Grumpy McGrandpa to sell. He's the last holdout. And guess what? He says, no, I will not sell.
Was that the first kill?
Yeah. And then he says, oh, hey, granddaughter. Oh, yeah, go to that party. Go have fun. On the nose. It was so obvious. It was all like, whatever.
It's your last chance. Sign the papers.
No.
I was like, okay. And
There
we're
was-
not even in the fantasy.
There
yet.
was no air of mystery here. It was like, oh, you think he's gonna get murdered and whatever. You know. Now I will say, in terms of this style of, and I think I talked about this last year. I don't remember the name of the movie that I saw last year that was like very graphically. It was like theatrically released in like a big theatrical release. Not Silent Night, not Holy Night, but one of those kinds of, you know, very Merry Christmas of killing. I'll look it up.
You saw it?
I saw
didn't.
it. I had time to kill, and I went to the mall and saw a movie, and it was this one, and it was very graphic. It was like a heist. It was like Hurricane Heist, but at Christmas, but lots of killing.
Okay.
You actually probably would enjoy it.
Okay.
It wasn't as campy as Hurricane Heist,
Okay.
unfortunately.
There wasn't a skull in the sky?
No, but it was absurd and kind of fun.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll put the poster here if I
Yeah.
can remember it. But
Sure.
it was that kind of vibe. Anyway, I was like, oh, so clearly you're going to murder him so that you can take over the
so
town
then
and build your development.
This was like straight out of our brains. There's a harbinger snowman.
Henry, I told you.
Remember he opens the door and there's a snowman outside, and then the
Yes.
angel out of it. And I was like, oh my God, that was what we talked about in the snowman.
That's true.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but so the snowman killed him, but it was the angel with the weird
angel-
white face mask?
The angel was either literally inside the snowman
Right.
or hiding behind the snowman. I don't know.
So was it a tag team of Joel
And it-
McHale and John?
Not yet.
No,
Justin Long.
Justin Long.
And it like exploded into the gentleman, and he was murdered.
Well, he was stabbed.
The white angel design was really reminding me of this TV movie with Sally Field from the 70s called Home for the Holidays.
Oh.
Where on the poster it's very, and I was like, is this a reference to Home for the Holidays?
I hope so.
If so, cool.
Sure.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
But it was really giving.
Yeah. So anyway, my brain is broken now.
Yeah,
Where it was like Thanksgiving, it's giving thanks, and it's
Right.
because there's a thing where it's giving like.
Oh, I see. It's giving thanks.
Yeah, exactly. And no matter whenever I see something like it's giving season, it's giving season. It's that. Anyway, my brain's broken.
I got it now.
She goes to this party. Crazy death angel shows up.
Starts just murdering teenagers left and right.
Well, just kills her best friend, the granddaughter of
and the boyfriend.
owner.
They're making out on that
They are
pier,
making out, and it
he
does
gets
kill
stabbed.
her
It was like
boyfriend lover.
stab.
Yeah, those two get murdered. Tries to murder main girl.
And her brother.
And then her brother tries to save her, and he tries to murder the brother. She saves the brother and herself by electrocuting the angel.
Right.
Remove the mask. Oh my God, it was Justin Long. I was shocked. I didn't see this coming at all. Did you?
Oh yeah. Okay. I was like, wait, Andrew, wait. It became so dense with sarcasm and vitriol that I believed you.
Great.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
So, quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more Christmas.
Whoa, Merry Christmas.
She wakes up, it's a year later or whatever it was, right? And the whole town is now fixed, everyone's happy, and her dad is wealthy AF.
Everyone's
It may be a reference to shoes. The brother gets a brand new car.
A computer and a car. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Kelly, go ahead and open your present.
And the sister gets...
Again, a juicy couture velour jumpsuit. And I was like, what is this, 2006?
Yeah.
Jesus Christmas.
But yes, everyone sort of moved on and is happy, and she can't get over it.
She's still traumatized from the fact that she electrocuted murder.
Well, this was what was strange.
As danger angel.
She seemed more triggered or more traumatized by the fact that she had killed this horrible person
Then
by
the horrible
the fact
person killed her friend.
murdered her friend.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah.
She's not over it. Everyone is like, come on, just be happy. So she ends up wishing upon a Christmas star that she...
A Christmas aurora.
Oh, right.
Allura.
That's right. I forgot it was the
Aurora Borealis doesn't come down this far.
The David Boreanaz.
I don't know who that is.
He's from Buffy.
Oh, okay, great.
An angel. I think he still has the record for being on television for the longest amount of time concurrently in shows or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's like some weird, because he was on Buffy, then he was on Angel, then he was on Bones for like a decade. Now he's on Navy SEAL, some SEAL team, I don't know, something.
Yep.
So there was something
just like all of these long running.
where it's just like he's like never not been on TV since the 90s or something
so he
crazy.
has royalty checks galore.
Oh, he's set.
Right.
Anyway, she wishes upon David Boreanaz. that she never existed.
She was never born.
She was never born.
And she's right. It's a wonderful life. She's transported to this alternate reality.
Yeah. In this alternate reality, she never existed, so she never saved her brother. So her brother's dead. So her parents are horribly depressed.
Right.
And the town is...
And Justin Long is still running amok. And killing people.
Okay, so this is where I really was starting. I was like, Justin Long, who is coming to your grove? People are being murdered once a week.
Right.
The future shopping, dining, and entertainment destination for a brand new Angel Falls.
What's happening?
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Because they were zombies, I guess.
The whole town was sad, but no one was leaving. I don't know. There was just something with the logic of it. I know it's a dream, but I just couldn't. It was making me nuts.
I get that.
Oh my God. There's been more murders.
So,
dude, people died. More people.
so fucking what?
And he kept being like, oh, good news, our development plan for the mall. And I'm like, who's coming to this mall?
But also it was already built?
Oh, at that point it had already been built.
Which
That's
seemed
right.
odd that they were able to build this
In a
entire
year.
thing in a year. And then also everyone in the town was a meth addict?
What is this town?
Well, they were horribly depressed because people were murdered every week.
But there was a lot of on-screen meth use.
Oh, sure, yes.
And I was confused by that.
Confused or just shocked?
Both, I guess.
Okay.
It was aggressive. I was confused as to why it was so aggressive. I think it was meth. Maybe it was heroin. I don't know.
It just seemed so depressing.
Yes, it was.
You know, but I had a great idea.
Okay.
In this alternate universe, you know, because who's coming to this grove?
Right.
Right? People are dying every week. Horror movie fans.
Sure.
Horror buffs. People who want to taste the danger, right? And isn't that kind of a fun angle that we're taking? It's tourism for, you know, horror
but then
fans.
but then it literally becomes a murder.
Well, and then
town.
it's kind of funny because they're like, yeah, we love all this stuff or whatever, and then they start getting murdered and they're like, oh no, what have we done?
Yeah.
It's a different movie, but
That is a different movie.
Because that's the only way I could imagine anyone would come to this town.
Well, there were so many murders.
Call the FBI. Call someone.
Right? It was like everyone. Also, how is anyone left?
How is anyone left? How is anyone making any money in the town? Like, it was so aggressive.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, he kills every year on Christmas. It was literally
that would have
once
been
a week.
Better too.
People were being murdered.
The 12 days of Christmas, maybe.
Give me something.
Right? Oh my God! It's back. The angel of death is back again, and you know.
It started killing again.
It's Christmas time.
I just couldn't. It was too much. It was too much.
It was. I agree. And it obviously was a surrealist, whatever fantasy, and he has them all at the end. They're literally all zombies that are like trapped in his spell.
That was when it really started to go off
It's
the
Halloween
rails.
Town or something.
It just really started. I was like, and now we're here.
Winnie, they're all just watching.
We made it worse.
It was like a Halloween Town, but with violence and murder and a lot of drug use.
Well, there was no lore.
No.
To follow, no rules. So it felt so willy-nilly.
I guess there was the lore of the Aurora.
Well, there was the lore of It's a Wonderful Life.
Well, that too.
That they started to follow. So she befriends, what are they she's like no name or something rude.
Weirdo.
Weirdo,
Or something
right.
like that.
She's the weirdo in town.
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo. And
I'm weird.
I'm weird.
In case you haven't noticed, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit in. Have you ever seen me without this stupid hat on? That's weird.
So they befriend each other.
Yeah.
And then turns out fall in love with each other.
Right.
Ew. No. Don't talk to Weirdo. Weirdo looks so stalkerish over there.
Harsh, Darla.
Hardly. She knows that everyone calls her that.
But then she's
But that
like,
was unearned and.
oh, it came out of nowhere.
Boy, they came out of nowhere.
That I actually was shocked.
That's what I mean when I say it was surprisingly queer. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Because she has a long-term boyfriend, but then it turns out he's cheating on her with the best friend, but then she doesn't really care, and then I guess it makes sense later because she was like, oh, I didn't realize that I didn't actually
But
really
also
like
they
you,
made
and-
it seem like it was confusing.
Yeah.
When they broke up,
Yeah.
or when she discovers them cheating,
Yeah.
that was when she was at the party a year after her best friend was brutally murdered in front of her face.
Yes.
And she murdered the murderer.
Yes.
And
This is still in
he's
reality.
like, you haven't been around for a year. And I'm like, that's because she's clearly in PTSD. And like, what, you know, wow, what a schmucko. That's what led to the alternate reality.
You're right.
She was like, fuck my life. I don't have a boyfriend. I didn't get into college. I didn't get into this.
Yeah, because she's a photographer.
Right, she's a photographer. That flash scene in the theater was awful.
Oh,
that
I
was
hated
so
it.
bad. It wasn't working for me.
No.
There were some plot holes.
Oh, you think?
But like, again, so many of these Christmas movies are just generic whatever, and it's a thing to have on in the background. And so if you want one of those that's not just like, and the miracle of Christmas saved everyone, you know.
It was just so depressing.
A little bit.
Because horror movies can be fun. They really can be. This looked ugly.
It was dark.
There was just a pervasive sadness to the plot and the storyline.
Yes.
And so I learned to work through my trauma through more trauma.
It's a movie about trauma.
I was like, I'm not.
I guess it was, well, right, through more trauma also, I guess, by realizing that it could be worse is maybe the...
Instead of it gets better, it could be worse.
It could be worse.
Because at a certain point in the alternate reality, she has to murder her own father. Like, it was aggressive.
After he murdered her mother.
Her mother in front of her. Like, it was aggressive.
And aunt.
I was like,
Yeah, it was aggressive.
It just wasn't fun.
No.
And it's a Christmas horror movie, so at least be silly or something. Give me some lightness. One of my notes just says, are they supposed to be teenagers? Because they were all clearly...
They were like
25.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
I was like...
For now, there is a brooding, mysterious, artistic type that requires my attention. Later virgins.
Speak for yourself.
They needed to be in college maybe or something.
A college would have been, oh, she came home for Christmas and then...
Right. She's working her way through the community college till she can get into NYU or something.
I mean, I guess she's supposed to be a high school senior going off to college, but still...
It didn't read.
It didn't. She definitely seemed 24.
Yeah, I was like, what? One of my other notes just says, is the angel doing his own dry cleaning?
Right?
What's going on? How many of these outfits
How many
do
outfits
we
are
have?
there?
I mean, I know, so the whole thing is that Justin Long's brother was made the police chief, so that's why the murders aren't getting solved.
Right.
But like at a certain point, I feel like, what is this, M? Like the town needs to be in outrage and be like, solve the mystery of the murders.
But again, supposedly we're supposed to believe that they're just all zombies trapped in his...
I really didn't get that. Wow.
We didn't get it until the end.
I didn't. Okay.
Did you see the scene when they kill him?
No, I know. I'm just saying, like it came out of nowhere.
Boy, they came out of nowhere.
Yes.
It wasn't like, and we're acting like we don't care. People were. I mean, I guess it was the drugs. I don't know. But if she had been like a podcasting investigative journalist who was like, I'm gonna get to the bottom.
Only
of
Murders
this.
in the Building Christmas edition.
Sure, something.
Only Murders in the Town. It's J.B. Fletcher. There's a whole murder spree of Christmas, and she has to get to the bottom of it.
Just so many murders.
So,
I just
particularly in the fantasy world, there were so many. It was just murder, 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 and I was like, you guys, this would be on the news everywhere.
Yeah, like some outside sources would be coming to solve this or something like that. But yes, he's been all white, and he just kept getting blood all over it. And I was like, so who's working on this dry cleaning situation? Who's making these outfits?
Right.
Because I didn't hate the design of the killer.
No.
Like, it was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But again, I was like, but and it would have been more fun if they'd had more playing in the snow, right? Like he's dressed in all white, so you can't see him.
Oh no, where is he? Yeah.
And they he moved in. But it was a lot of like in people's dank houses. It just looked gross.
It did look gross. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Anyway, I didn't much care for it, but it was different.
It was different. I think that's what for me. It was different, and I was like, you know what? I appreciate it. Good for you, Shudder, for doing stuff.
Sure. Get some campier actors. Get some brighter lighting. Some more fun. Insert a little more fun into this.
Yes, they don't have to be as bleak.
It wasn't cheeky at all. It was bleak AF.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't watch a lot of horror, so you can tell me, but like...
No, it was not good.
It seems like there's ways that you could have it still be a Christmas movie, but that's like more adult and horror and whatever, right? Ooh, it's creepy. Like, honestly, I know...
Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Garbage Day! Huh? No!
It wasn't quite for horror fans, and it wasn't quite for Christmas fans.
Like maybe here's how you. Okay, can I fix the movie?
I hope so.
Here's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Because I think there was a lot of feelings and thoughts going into this movie. Perhaps. I don't think we needed a gay brother and the lesbian aunts, et cetera, et cetera. Forget the whole development subplot. I don't need any of that shit. Maybe she's coming back from college.
Yeah.
Sexually confused, freshman in college, coming home for Christmas. Uptight family, right? Classic story.
Classic story.
I mean, it is.
No, I know.
You know, self-loathing, depression. I don't know what to do with my life. I wish I just didn't exist. Oh, Christmas star.
Oh, David Boreanaz.
Oh, you know, and then woo! It's a wonderful knife. Okay, where was I going with that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So transported to alternate reality. What's going on? My parents aren't quite themselves. Everything's weird or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then people start getting murdered. This is horrible. Everything. It could get worse. It could be worse. But no, whatever.
Worse.
You know, we could figure out the motivations, because I do think motivations for killing is important.
Right, instead of just
random serial killer.
I want to build the growth.
Developer.
Now, okay, so it starts, and presumably he kills the grandpa just to get the property.
Correct.
Then kills the granddaughter
so
just to get the property, right?
Yeah.
So in this alternate reality, did he just really like the taste of killing, and now he's just fully psycho?
So there were two explanations for that. One was, yes, he seems to really like killing. Two was that he was killing other people that had businesses or things that he would take over.
He is ruining his own town.
Well, he's apparently owning the whole town. And also then everyone seems to be zombies. But if they're all zombies, why can't he control them anyway?
He just wants a
Why
monopoly.
does he have to kill them?
Who
but a
is
monopoly
coming
of who?
to this grove? I kept being like, no one is coming to this town.
Yeah.
The future shopping, dining, and entertainment destination for a brand new Angel Falls. My Angel Falls. Hey, you!
They're all dead.
They're all dead. That's, yeah.
So anyway, I'm sorry. Yes.
No, it's true. It's true.
Couldn't get past it.
But so yeah, if there was a way that like the killing led her to self-acceptance in a more meaningful way than this movie had, I could appreciate that.
Sure.
It's tough. It's a tough one to weave. I don't know if I love It's a Wonderful Life, to be honest.
It's so good. It was weird that in this instance, Clarence isn't an angel, but just a girl that she goes to high school with.
Yeah.
It should have been. Okay, here we go.
I guess she saved, or she said, I guess I'm the Clarence or whatever.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
She says, I'm your Clarence. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a lot. Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh no, Grandpa. You're the last holdout.
Yeah.
Stab, stab.
Oh no.
Weirdo is the granddaughter. Stab, stab. Right. And, I wish I was never born. And, or it's the next year, whatever it is. She's an angel.
I told you I'm your guardian angel. I know everything about you.
Because she was murdered by the angel, and helps her to come to terms with her queerness.
Sure.
And that her importance in the town.
Okay.
Because she was the only one that ever really noticed her, right? But she tragically something.
Yeah.
Something.
Well, there was a statement about the Aurora that brings back someone that like the power, and she was like, oh, it must be.
And then at the end, she can make a Christmas wish that the weirdo's still alive and they can be together.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
I don't know how that works, but sure.
We wish on David Boreanaz, and then he brings her back to life.
There you go.
Much like Buffy, season 8?
Spoiler alert.
Oh.
Spoiler alert to that TV show that came out 20 years ago.
Anyway, some choices, but on a whole, I found it frustrating and
Yes.
I've yet to see a Christmas horror movie that I love.
Fair.
The original Black Christmas is pretty great. I'm sure there's a few in there that I'm not thinking of. But on a whole, I feel like it's a hard blend.
Yeah, it is. It's a hard one to, because if you're trying to be saccharine and sweet and Christmassy, then you're like, but then everyone's dying, and or it's a little tough.
It's tough.
Yeah. Anyway, cheers. There's a lot more. That's the only horror movie that at least I'm aware of that we're reviewing
I don't know.
for these 12 days.
Some of these are getting pretty scary.
Well, that is true too.
You're telling me. Look at this.
No way.
Way.
But cheers, and we will see you tomorrow.